Hey Helldivers, here's that video I said I'd do of testing out your armor passive combos you wanted me to try out. First, let me clarify something. This does not work on console. Unless you can connect your keyboard and mouse to the console, this will not work. First up, we're using 2 Democracy Protects. Now, this doesn't work to make it 100% or 75% because if you use 2 of the exact same armor passives, it will negate both of them to be equal to just 1. As will be shown in the next test that we do by stacking up the engineer. Now we have the stacking the same passives. This time we're using the engineer passive. You'll see that there's 8 grenades in my grenade slot, but when I was testing the double democracy there was 6 grenades. So I think that's just a buff that we have currently. We just got 2 extra grenades. And by using the engineer passive I get 2 extra, which makes it 8. Doing further testing on stacking the same passives, the same thing happens with the medic. It just equals with 2 stims being added total, which is same to the effect of 1. Now we're testing Democracy Protects plus the Defibrillator. Now this equals in Democracy Protect working, but as well as the Defibrillator working. But these do not work at the same time and save you from a death. The Democracy Protects just work sometimes, and when the Democracy Protects doesn't work, the Defibrillator kicks in. As you can see, over it. Here. Then I had 2 of them work back to back. Democracy Protect saved me from dying to the grenade, and Defibrillator saving me from dying from the fall. Here I'm testing the Defibrillator and the bomb vest. It seems that these 2 passives do not work with each other, as the Defibrillator doesn't kick in and the bomb vest kicks in instead, and it just leads to you dying all the time, even with just taking full damage. And here we're testing the Defibrillator plus the armor passive that gives you stamina when you take damage. And it works. When the Defibrillator is active, my stamina is regenerating at an accelerated rate because I'm taking damage from the Defibrillator while I'm out of stamina, which ultimately does make a lot of sense. And here we're testing the no chest bleeding and the Defibrillator. Doesn't work. You don't get a second immortal eternal life with this because the Defibrillator literally just has your health bar as a countdown. It doesn't have any specific bleeding to it. You just steadily lose health over time regardless. Here we're trying the medic and defib, which as you can see in the bottom left, I've got 6 stims, so the medic part of this works. And as for the defibrillator part, this is taking longer than I remember it taking. The defibrillator part of it actually works, so that means you can use 6 stims along with the defibrillator so you can live for longer while in the I'm gonna die in this amount of time state. Here we're doing a comparison between the default siege ready and siege ready with the gunslinger. With no gunslinger, it takes 54 frames to reload, counting that from when the gun icon goes red and then white again during the reload animation. And then doing the same comparison with the gunslinger, it takes a total of 34 frames. So there is a considerable decrease in the amount of time it takes to reload your secondary with gunslinger and siege ready. Here we're testing an engineering armor and a medkit armor, and we've got 8 grenades and 6 stims. So both of them are working just as intended. Having a little bit of fun messing around. You can last pretty long in a gas strike if you time your stims right. And here's the Trailblazer Scout and the Redacted Regiment Warbond armor, allowing you to get up to 17 meters, I think it was. And then you can back off to 18 and the automatons won't be able to detect you. Which means you can get substantially close to them before they realize that you're there, which can give you a pretty good advantage. You get a total of a 70% decrease in the range where enemies can detect you, and for automatons on trivial, that means it's 17 meters if you're in their line of sight. Thank you all for watching. If you've got any more you'd like me to try, make sure to tell me in the comments below. Remember, using the same 2 armor passives don't work, it just equals 1. It'll probably get patched in the next update that Arrowhead is supposedly doing on March 14th, so make sure to comment before then. Thank you all very much for watching, like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.